In this video, I'll show the basics and an intro to ProtoPad and its interface. This is the project gallery. All of your projects will be available here. You can click on one of the existing projects or add a new one. You're going to add a new one by clicking the plus button in the top right hand corner. Click plus and give it a name. And name this one Basics. So when ProtoPad opens, you're presented with the main scene script. I'll explain what this is later, but for now, you can click this or tap that X to close it. So now we have a blank canvas here where we can begin adding nodes. But before doing that, I'll explain what you see currently on the screen. When you tap the upper left hand corner ProtoPad icon, it'll take you to a main menu. Which you can go back to your projects. More will be added on that side, but that's basically what that is for. It's a project indicator, let you know what project you're working on. And sometimes other information will show up there. This is your transport control, which shows the clock and gives you standard transport. There's also a scrubber for the clock and transport, which is available when you are stopped or when you are playing a scene. This is your console. Everything that happens within the environment will show up here, and that's where you find your output. You can toggle it by just clicking on it. Next to that is your output. Which is the graphical output of the scene. Usually you want that displaying. Next to that is the properties pane and the node components tree. And this is the save button. For the icons up there that I missed or skipped over, they'll be explained later. But for now, I'm going to click on the properties pane and node components tree. Right now it's showing the property editor for the scene, which basically has nothing in it. And I want to switch over to the node components tree, which is a menu of the available nodes that you can use within ProtoPad. So I'm going to just tap the title there. And that's how you switch back and forth between property editors and the node components tree. So this tree has pre-sorted different nodes with different functionalities within it. You can take a look at it and see which ones that you need. More documentation, embedded documentation for each of these are being built. With this blank canvas, one of the first things that you need to do in every scene that you create from scratch is to create a connection to transport control and clock. So First, we're going to go down to GUI here, and then tap transport control, and then tap the plus next to it. GUI, transport control. This is how you create a node and give the node a symbol. Each node needs a unique symbol so that it can be referenced in scripts and to be unique. Some nodes take in creation arguments, and that'll be explained later. So give the GUI transport control node a name, press create. Next, we're going to add a clock to the scene. So environment, clock, transport control. And with those two nodes, you can begin adding functionalities to your scene. You will always need the GUI transport control, and you will always need the environment clock transport control. So in order to connect them, you drag from the socket output sockets from here to here. So from play to play, record to record, previous to reset here, and stop to stop. Now your scene has a concept of time and a clock, which is available here as both a floating point value and ticks, which would represent the frames, the number of frames. The number of frames are variable depending on your iPad model. You can have 120 or try to get 120 frames per second or 60. I'm going to show how to work with this next.